A group of men have come to clear the jungle. The animals are forced to move from their natural homes. A troop of monkeys swings quickly from tree to tree as a pack of lions roar loudly and run away. A herd of deer moves swiftly, while a flock of birds and a swarm of bees fly away to look for a new place to live. Family is going out for dinner tonight. You want to have fast food, but your parent wants to go to a formal restaurant. How would you convince your parents? Mom and Dad, we should have fast food because it is cheaper than eating at a restaurant. Fast food is also served much faster, which means we can finish dinner at a quicker time. Furthermore, fast food is more delicious and filling than eating at a restaurant. As you can see, the writer above has used 3 different reasons to show why they should eat at a fast food restaurant. I think cats are better pets than dogs. Cats are cleaner, they are not as noisy, and they require less work. Firstly, cats are cleaner than dogs. They only stay indoors, so their fur doesn't get dirty. They also lick themselves clean, unlike dogs. Secondly, cats are not as noisy as dogs. Dogs bark at strangers, and their barks are really loud. Cats are quieter. Lastly, cats require less work. Cats don't have to be washed as often, and they don't need walks. They can also be trained to use the litter box. As you can see, cats definitely make better pets than dogs. They are cleaner, not as noisy, and require less work. Florence Nightingale was a nurse who saved many lives in the 19th century. She was named after the city of Florence in Italy 1818. Her family was rich, and they had 2 homes in Britain, as well as servants. Florence was an unusual young woman for her time because she didn't want to go to parties and get married. She wanted to be a nurse and help people. Her family didn't want her to become a nurse because hospitals were dirty, horrible places. They were worried about her. In 1851, Florence went to Germany and learned all about nursing. It was hard work, but she loved it. In 1854, lots of British soldiers went to fight in the Crimean War. Army hospitals were filled with injured soldiers, but there were no nurses, and many men died. Florence and a team of nurses went to help. Florence worked 20 hours a day for injured soldiers to provide fresh food, clean the hospital beds, and helped put on clean bandages on the wounded soldiers. At night, Florence walked around the hospital. She talked to the injured soldiers and helped the men to write letters to their families. She carried a lamp, and the soldiers called her the lady with the lamp. When Florence returned to England, people called her a heroine because of her amazing work in the Crimean War. Queen Victoria wrote her a letter to say thank you. She continued to work hard in Britain to improve hospitals, and she was given a medal called the Order of Merit. She was the first woman to receive this honor. What are fossils? Earth's past. A fossil is what is left of a living thing from the past. Some fossils are bones or teeth of animals that lived long ago. Other fossils are prints of plants or animals. Fossils help us see what life was like long ago. These dinosaurs were found in China. Some fossils of plants and animals are found in rock, others are found in ice, tar, or amber. Amber is a sticky liquid in trees that has become hard. Sometimes plants or insects get trapped in amber and became fossils. How do fossils form? Fossils form when living things are buried under many layers of sand or mud. Scientists can tell how old a fossil is by looking at the layers. Fossils in the same layer are from plants or animals that lived at about the same time. Here was a beautiful princess who lived in a large castle. She was known for her fair skin, her large, doe-like eyes, and a voice so enchanting that it was said birds flew from opposite sides of the country just to hear her sing. However, what most people didn't know about the princess was that she was scared of everything. She was afraid of the servants in her house, the animals that gathered to hear her sing, and even her own reflection too in the mirror. One day, the princess became very ill. Queen However, like everything else, the princess was also scared of the potion. It looked too green, too slimy, and too disgusting. Cowering under her blankets, the princess replied. Event 1. I would rather stay sick than drink that potion. Tired of the princess's behavior, the queen stormed out of the room, and the princess was left by herself. Event 2. All night the princess turned and tossed in her bed, coughing, sneezing, and wheezing. She felt like she was going to die. The queen came back to the beautiful princess's room the next morning. Have you changed your mind about the potion? She asked. The princess looked at the small potion in fear. It was still green and slimy, and made her feel uneasy. The princess remembered how she had tossed and turned in bed all night, so instead of being scared, she plucked up the courage and reached for the potion. I won't be scared anymore. How the princess solves her problem and how she feels. Finally, the princess become brave. Ray the unicorn puppy has one ear that looks like the horn of the unicorn. A one-eared puppy that looks like a unicorn is capturing hearts around the world. Ray, a 12-week-old golden retriever puppy, lost one ear during her birth, and as she grew her remaining right ear shifted to the middle of her head. Ray is an older 12-week-old puppy with her unicorn ear. Ray's carer Brianna Ardema, who works at the vet hospital in Grand Rapids, Michigan in the U.S. that treated the unique puppy, adopted Ray into her care after emergency surgery. The minute I saw her, I knew I wanted to raise her and be there for her even though I knew the road to recovery wouldn't always be easy, Ms. Ardema said. The owner isn't sure what happened at birth to injure Ray, which is ear spelled backwards. Ray's entire ear was gone, and all that was left was the canal with all of the skin peeled off. Ms. Ardema said the puppy has no issues with hearing or pain. She can hear and plays in daycare here at work almost every day, Ms. Ardema said. She has best friends and is the most confident puppy ever. She's a normal puppy, just with one ear.